Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here for another Great Awakening video with Gladys. Um, okay, so we have put together a list of questions to go through today. We're just covering some hot topics for the day. But I just wanted to mention something real quick for those of you who kind of feel isolated away from everyone and feel like you're the only one in your whole town or the only one in your whole state that knows the truth of what's going on right now. There is the group Connecting Consciousness. You can join their newsletter and try to figure out where they're meeting in your state or your town, or just try to figure out somewhere local where you can meet like-minded people. It'll just make you feel a lot better and more supported. The other thing is that there are also, if you go to Meetup, look up groups that are called stand-up groups. So go into Meetup, join them, and then put in the words stand up. And if there's a stand up in your area, then you can go to that gathering as well. And there are more and more and more of us gathering at these types of things. So yeah, I won't go further into that. I won't go further into that right now, but okay, so let's get into the news of today. Gladys, give us the rundown. Let's begin with the first topic that you wanted to talk about today, and then I'll feel into it and look at some cards.
Awesome. Well, there was a lot of comments in the chat last time asking for space questions, and space is very hot right now. So I'm just going to share some information and then I'm going to ask a question. Awesome. Okay, so and some of this information may not be necessarily very new, but I wanted to give a background. The Galactic Federation of Worlds is working with the Earth Alliance to set up stations all over the planet to monitor planet Earth. They're also manufacturing technology together that we will need in order to become an intergalactic race. According to a few UFO contactees, there are bases in Ganymede, which is a moon in Jupiter, where we have humans working with alien races. And the current goal is to start the disclosure process, to start interacting with other alien races. So basically not just army or space or, secret space, but no, like everybody. So like basically starting the disclosure process, which could take a while. So different truthers are predicting that we will not see this for maybe 30 years. And when I say this, I mean the technology, the experience, the ships, all of it. And my question is, when will we have the access to this technology, experience meeting the alien races and traveling to other planets? Do we need to wait that long? Does this have anything to do with the liberation? Like now that we are supposedly liberated, can we start seeing that sooner? What do you think?
Now, where did you get the information that we're already liberated?
Well, I'm using as a source Dr. Sala on YouTube, and he has 3 different sources. So, I mean, when I say
let's start with that. Are we liberated? Yeah. Is that true?
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Yeah. Okay. Good idea.
No. I'm just filling it out with you. That just popped in my head.
Yeah. Okay. Good idea, actually.
Yeah. So is it true? Is it true that we are liberated? Like this person has said or reported? Yes. My intuition says yes. So let's check. I want to check the tarot and then we'll check the world cards just to double and triple check.
Yeah.
Is it true? Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. It might have had to do with the man in charge. It looks like we've had to overcome and let down a burden. So yeah, the burden's been let down and things are coming together. I wouldn't say it's totally complete yet. It looks like that person with the capital T might be heading up something that's going to bring a lot of abundance, independent wealth. So yeah, I would definitely say. Hang on a minute, because there's something they're still trying to figure out and plan something. So that might be alluding to the RV that leads to the sun shining like this. So yeah, I would say we are, how liberated are we? How close to total liberation are we? I feel about 95% completely, totally liberated. So I don't know what those little moving parts of the 5%. It could be it feels like it has to do with computing, like maybe the quantum financial system or something that they still could, little things that I don't know, like little quirks that could happen, little
Details.
things that could trip them up or something. This involved a family, bloodline, genealogy, race, ancestors, DNA, or past lives connecting affected parties. Okay, so they all had or have something in common that is or was important. Maybe the QFS. What's being inquired about is no longer there, has been moved, misplaced, lost, or relocated, is going to be moved, or you're being advised to move to a new location. I feel like this is them confirming that, yeah, they've been moved. They've been taken care of. They've been maybe moved to the other planet or whatever they were saying that they were going to do with them. And I know for some of you who aren't sure whether, extraterrestrials exist and all that stuff, they definitely do. And we're going to go into some of this, but they're encouraging us to heal our wounds and use affirmations and visualizations to bring yourself to the highest timeline possible in order to align with the best possible timeline. Positivity is key for this change. So we have to, what I feel, because this could grow increasingly uncomfortable before it resolves. Stay positive to manifest the best timeline. So let me feel into that for just a second. They said some little rogue minions are running around trying to cause trouble. Oh, so what we don't realize is, a lot of us don't realize, is that we're so much more empowered than we know. And that's the reason they're putting out all this fear right now, is they're trying to bring our vibration down and make us doubt and make us worry. Because if we were to have hope, and if we were in an energy of anticipation and excitement, and we were to be like, oh my gosh, I've got faith, the RV is going to roll out, and oh my gosh, the changes to come, we're going to all have our own gardens, and it'll be wonderful, and people will all be on the same page, we won't be divided anymore, and oh, this is going to be amazing. If we were to spend time like that every day, just for a few minutes, basking in the excitement of what's to come, it would blow them out of the water. And we are a lot more, that love is so much more powerful than the fear. So any of you guys who are kind of wobbly here and there, try to get completely bought in to the positivity and keep your, because we're manifesting, like keep your focus on what we want to manifest. And that's going to like totally seal the deal. And so it's not like it's not going to happen. It's that it's going to happen a lot faster if we can all just get focused on, and a lot of people, I know this is just coming in, a lot of people are focused on the past because some people have known the truth for like 20 something years, and they're totally discouraged, and they're like, the RVs are not going to happen. This is not going to happen. And all of this, and that energy is like, that needs to be cut out like a ball and chain. You gotta like snip that chain, that cannonball from your leg, and think about now, renew your hope somehow, however you need to, and start realizing that you are a manifester. And so be pouring that energy into what we want to create. So we're liberated, I would say.
I'm sure there's details.
All right.
Yeah.
So the next question was about the disclosure, like when we're all going to know and have proof, basically the extraterrestrials are here with us. And I do believe there are hundreds of races, hundreds. So when are we going to know? When are we going to know? The way that we're looking at things right now, hang on a minute. 2021, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2030, 2033. 2033. It was going to be, they just showed like a UFO opening in an alien, like they hate being called aliens. Extraterrestrials, ETs, are going to be coming down out of the ships. I see them walking down the like stairs, like trying to show, look, I'm kind of human too. They're not just going to go bloop, but they're going to be like come down, and they're going to. One thing that I've always felt when it comes to like meeting an ET for the first time. They said there's going to be soft disclosure in the meantime too, to kind of like, I don't know if that's the right terminology, but they're going to lay a lot of hints as to their before that, because it's like they have to build up to getting ready to be shown. But it does feel like when you meet an ET, they can see right through you, just like the quantum financial system has a consciousness.
Right.
These ETs, they have these reflective eyes a lot of times, and you'll look at yourself in their eyes and see yourself mirrored back to you. So whatever your default is, whether it's love or fear, are going to be reflected back to you, but it has nothing to do with the being. So it's like, if you look and your default is fear or scarcity or lack, you're going to look in their eyes and you're going to feel fear, but it's not them, it's you. Also, so it's like a reflection of your consciousness. So, and then if you look in their eyes and you feel, oh, like love, then that's you loving yourself. It's you being reflected back to you. So these are with the good ETs. Obviously, if you have any kind of a bad feeling, I just don't think that are the bad ones even going to be allowed down here. No, not at this time. So keep a very, very open mind going forward, you guys, and be doing some research, be kind of, planting little seeds however you can that ETs are real. Like I usually say in my med bed sessions, the Arcturians are helping me, for example. So try to make it a normal part of conversation, to try to help people get used to and accustomed to the idea that there are ETs. And who cares if they think you're crazy? Who cares? It'll just soften the blow when it does happen. And this is with all these different uncomfortable subjects right now. Go ahead and put it out there, but then just let it, just let it be a little thing that helps. Okay, so let me see if I can get some confirmation of that too. It's 2033 or around there, around 2033. Is this going to be when there's going to be some kind of substantial thing where they're actually showing themselves? Yeah, a little. It's like they're going to dip the toe in the water is what that feels like. They want to come out of hiding in a way that is in integrity. They want to be in integrity, and they want to make sure that people are not going to be afraid, but that they'll be like excited to see them. That they'll be greeted with compassion and love and kindness, and they want it to be reciprocated that way. So by the time we have this disclosure and they show up, these are good guys. Yeah, totally. So, all right. Let me just check this real quick. Whoa. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think that people's fear of the ETs, it says this involved cancel culture, going against nefarious evil propaganda or brainwashing. This is or was a threat, so was dealt with. So let's see, this involved an out-of-body teleporting or supernatural experience or intervention involving beings from out of this world who are or were assisting in the situation. Yeah, they were like, yeah, there is benevolent, beneficial artificial intelligence involved in this. It's not going to harm anyone and could even heal or protect you. You can trust this and feel safe.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments on that?
I just think that soft disclosure has been happening for years, but more and more and more, like everybody's calling me and telling me I can see an ET. And I'm like, how do you know it's an ET? I'm like, because it is. I'm like, yes, it is. You're right. So by the time that happens, which is a good time frame, I think a lot more have had exposure and will have like their family, like their extended family, and it'll just be welcoming home welcoming back their family back into their lives, like that's how exactly the way you said it. That's how I picture it. Slowly,
cool.
surely feeling more comfortable. Like my aunt doesn't believe in ETs and now she does. And I was like, hell yeah. There you go.
There are also some really cool YouTube videos out there that show all the different races and what they look like and what they're about, what they stand for. And it's really cool because you can see, okay, so when I see that, that's an Andromedon. And over there, that's somebody from Sirius, or, okay, these guys, you can start to identify them that way.
Elena Danone has a book called Alien Races.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. I'll put in the comments, I'll put it if anybody I bought it. I love it. It's really cool.
Awesome.
So she's like explaining everything that's going on. It's really cool. Okay.
And everybody should know too that Gladys has she doesn't she's being more anonymous right now, but she does have a Telegram called Starseed Sisters.
Starseed Sisterhood.
Okay. So Starseed Sisterhood
videos. Yeah.
Yeah, she's very informative Telegram group. If you guys are on Telegram and want to be a part of that, go ahead and join that channel.
You can't comment, but I put links there for people to look at.
That's perfect. That's awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
So what's your next question for the
Okay.
next issue?
So we're going to move to Antarctica. So rumors have it that elites gathered in Antarctica a few days ago. And there's two stories. Some say that they were there to get orders from their, higher management, and then they were arrested by the White Hats. Some say that the White Hats had already given them a 5-month time frame to prepare because they were getting removed. But this is the spin. They were tasked with launching the QFS before they leave. I don't feel comfortable with this, but I'm just going to read it out. So once they do that, then they'll go through a portal, because in Antarctica is where most of the portals are. And they'll then be moved to another location where they'll live out their life. They're not going to die. This is the negotiation. You're going to launch a QFS for me, and I'm going to let you live out your life in another planet, dimension, whatever. So I'm not saying we can look at if this is true or not, of course. But if it's going to be introduced by them, can we trust them? Will they do it? Will they do it? Because I understand they want to do this fast, but nothing happens fast here. What do you feel about that? Because there's a couple of questions here. So let's just address that one first. What do you feel about that?
Well, I think let me take a look at if this is all true in the first place. Did they all? And just for everybody watching, so you can learn to listen to your own intuition.
Yeah.
As she was speaking, you could probably see me look up and look there and feel around. My eyes were going all over because I was sensing what she was feeling or what she was saying. I kept asking, "Is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Is this true?"
Yeah.
So you guys can be doing that when you're watching, other YouTubers, or you're reading a book. Even you can pause and just say, "Is this true?" Or just keep that connection to God through, and now that's group of deities, in my opinion. But so you're feeling into spirit at the same time, connecting with that consciousness. Is it true? Is it true? So I did feel that all of that was true, except the part where you asked, the important question of, are they going to be introducing? Now, in my own opinion, I would think you'd want to introduce somebody new, somebody with a fresh face that seems to have integrity and whatnot. That seems to be, but like you said, like these nefarious people have a following and they're well known, and so that's why I could see where they would use them too.
Sector.
But okay, let me feel into that. Are they going to use these old people who know about the system that are nefarious? Are they going to use those people as a way to introduce? I think I think they're going to keep them on the back burner. I don't think that that's the
Maybe a
first.
clone.
Yeah. So is it going to be a clone of these people? Yes. Okay. Good job. Yeah.
We got
Good.
it.
Yep.
That
And
feels a lot
it's
better,
funny.
doesn't it? It feels better.
Yeah, because they've got better, it's not that you'd have to watch them and everything anyway, but they have that consciousness. And well, I guess so do the clones. They have consciousness too. But okay, let me just ask, is it a clone that's been mind controlled to listen and to like obey, like do as it's told kind of thing? Is this a clone that's under control? Yes, under control. Is it not? Is it going to be the actual people that are leaving? No, but it's going to. Is it the consciousness is attached to the people that are leaving? Yeah. Is it safe? Yes. Okay. So, and now is this part of the? I guess we'd want to ask, like, is this part of the global reset, the scary path, or is this part of the quantum financial system, which has a benevolent being consciousness? They say even God, and as my definition of God, it makes perfect sense. Are we going more toward the quantum financial system with consciousness in this exchange with the QFS, or are we actually going to the global reset? That's okay. Let's see. Is this QFS? Global reset? No. Oh, phew. Okay, so global, they said to have faith. They're saying to have faith in having our wishes fulfilled. So it's again like are there other realities where there actually is going to be like a global reset? Kind of. If people hang on, because this is now leading to another subject. Are there going to be This is like going into the solar flash thing.
Parallel
So,
universe.
okay, is there going to be like is there going to be like an alternative reality where people are still very afraid? Yes, there is.
Mhm.
But we're not in that timeline, correct? Yes. We're on
The
the
right
Great
one.
Awaken, the Great Awakening RV timeline.
Got
The
it.
jubilation, or is it called the jubilation or something? The jubilee,
Mhm.
the celebration. They just said it's the celebration. They said to go away from fearing the psychological operation that causes mental conflict and bring balance to yourself, and just make sure that you're feeling optimistic and excited, and realize that the fear that's there and the heartbreak is there to be healed and to be taken a look at. So just keep taking. Yeah, they're lying. A lot of these guys are lying. So there's going to be a fresh new start coming, but you've got to put your attention and focus on it. So,
Cool.
and it can really quicken that process.
Yeah.
Did I
Yeah.
did I answer the question?
Yes, you did. We're on the right
Okay.
timeline, and
Yeah.
the clone or the whatever, anything that is not physically them makes me feel a lot better. So that's a good
Oh,
answer.
that's what I was going to ask though. Is there going to be a new person also involved that can gain our trust? That's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they'll put in a third person
Yeah.
also. And
Yeah.
then the two will be taken away, and then there will be the one person.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Any update on the RVs?
I even wondered if it would be like Russell J. Gould, but I hear contradicting things about that,
Yeah.
but he's very knowledgeable. He knows the system very, very well. So, and okay. Anyway,
Which
oh, the
system?
RVs.
Yeah. Any update? Any update on the RVs?
Okay, so the RVs, yes. Are they happening? Yes. Are they happening soon? It feels like there's like a pause. It feels like,
You started. Yeah.
hang on a minute, because it kind of seems like they wanted to surprise us.
Oh,
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
So
Hang on. Hama kain sa sehe la ana. Hai pompa maana tikiins. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is good to know. This actually, they're obviously trying to steer us into the solar flash thing. So basically, what I was feeling into earlier is that it's going to be like a crescendo. There's going to be like the highest moment of all the chaos and fearful stuff.
Mhm.
There's got to be like a boiling point, where it all just comes to like we can't take it anymore, like a breaking point. So when that happens, the solar flash comes in kind of to the rescue in a way. It's like that divine intervention rushing in to bust people's hearts open, to be open to the truth,
Mhm.
because there are a lot of calloused people, a lot of very cold, calloused people in the 3D who are just stubborn as hell. So is it going to melt their hearts? Yes. So is this solar? And I was feeling, I was feeling into this in the bathroom a minute ago. I was just like, is the
Mm.
solar flash going to be? Is it going to be like the spiritual thing? Like, some people are like, it's going to be like really frightening. Whoa! Did you hear that?
Mhm.
Like
What was
Cliff
that?
High. I don't know. Something got tipped over or something. So Cliff High said something about how he saw something in his numbers and whatnot, where there's going to be like another moment like 9/11. So
Mhm.
I was feeling into that, and I was like, how did I feel it on 9/11? Shock,
Mhm.
shock, numb, like, oh my God, what does this mean? I mean, but how better? I mean, what would do that? The
Mhm.
truth, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Not
When we
killing people,
learned,
I don't think. No.
yeah, when
Mhm.
when we learned the truth, that's exactly how we felt. Like,
Yeah.
what? And I talked to one gal said, I was watching your channel and you started to talk about all this, and for a minute I was kind of like backing up, going, no, 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 that can't be right, that can't be right. But then she started looking into it and feeling into it, and she was like, oh my gosh.
That's
So I
huge.
think that's what we're talking about, that we're talking about a mass 3D shift the 3D people are going to shift into cracking open or busting open their hearts and letting the truth in. It was going to be very, very shocking and very devastating. So those of us light workers who are in the know about this solar flash happening, or the solar flare, whatever you want to call it, the solar event, we can just hold the space for them, and we don't need to go into that fear. We're empathic. We're going to feel the fear of all these people, just like on 9/11. We're going to feel that, but we know this is divine intervention.
Yeah.
It's here to help us. It's here to soften everyone's hearts, and it's here to bust open the truth and let us all take a big, hard swallow of that big, thick pill.
Yeah.
And then we can deal with it. And then we can start creating, they just said abundance. And then that's when I feel, this is coming around to the RV. That's when I feel the RV is going to be celebrated. Am I right? Yeah. So it's going to be like this big relief. So let me look at some world truth cards and just make sure I'm on the right path with that.
Okay.
So it's going to get real scary first. And it has to get to a point where almost everybody on the planet, it has to admit, this is freaking crazy. We cannot, something's got to give. This isn't right. It's got to, at least how much of the population, it doesn't even matter. It's got to, it's just most of the people have to be like, oh my God. And then it's going to be a whole other, oh my God, those crazy people were right. Well, again, this involved cancel culture or going against nefarious evil propaganda or brainwashing. This is or was a threat to those with ill intent, so was dealt with. It's interesting. Follow through on that a divinely inspired idea you've had. It's brilliant and sure to succeed. I also feel like this is why we have to keep our focus on what we want to create, because we're being given downloads and may not even be realizing, oh yeah, that'd be a great idea. That'd be a cool thing to do. And then we go along on whatever we're doing for that day. But it's just like, no, pay attention to that and actually start formulating a plan. At least write it down, put it on a little Post-it note to ponder later. But don't just ignore those types of things that you're getting. Someone's plan has been stopped and they're switching tactics to still try to achieve their goal. Oh my gosh, these little minions are running around. They will not quit if they're allowed to continue. They must be stopped. Okay. Cancel culture again. That's so crazy. This involves someone playing a part, faking it, or manipulating to get what they want. Things are not as they appear. Look deeper into the truth. I feel like this is going to that other subject that you wanted to talk about. That other, who was that? Phil? I don't know, that guy you were talking about. Yeah. So secrets are soon to be revealed that will clarify, although some of it may be hard to digest. Rest assured, this is divinely guided and bringing positive changes as a result. This will conclude or happen or resolve within mere days. Yay. Oh, this is interesting. What is this? Okay, so check this out. These two cards just popped out. One of them says there is dangerous, nefarious, artificial intelligence involved in this. It does not have your best interest at heart. Try to dismantle, disable, or avoid it, right? And then we have nothing will come of it, of what you're fearing. You have nothing to worry about. Let it go so that you can so you don't put any more attention on it. You are safe. Stay present and out of your head, which is your real enemy. So let me ask about that. So what is this dangerous ET? Oh, what I'm feeling it is like a head-to-head with the global reset versus the Great Awakening or something, like some kind of a clash, but they're saying it's going to they're saying that when the RV gets rolled out, by that time, the white hats will be in total control. You don't have to worry that it would be the global reset instead of the other one. Am I right? Yeah. Yeah. The Great Awakening, you guys, we're in it. We are right in it. Okay.
Could the solar flash lift the veil from the sleepers?
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bust their heart wide open so they'll see the truth.
Awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Next question.
They'll be afraid at first, but then they're gonna balance out.
That makes
and
a lot
I get
of
a
sense,
yes,
though.
and then it's gonna bring healing. Yep.
That makes a lot
Wait,
of
there was
sense.
another card. It was okay. Never mind. I also got the Hanged Man, which is about an epiphany, an awakening, even on the enlightenment or Satori.
Wow.
So yeah, it's gonna be powerful in a good way. So
In a
don't
good
be
way.
afraid. It'll be something we're not used to experiencing. It could bring up anxiety for us, but don't be afraid. Do
No.
whatever you need to do. Do Byron Katie's work or meditate. Do whatever you do to keep just coming back to your heart. One of my favorite things to do is just put my hand on my heart and just say, I love you. You got this. It's okay. All is well. I love you.
I do a lot
So,
of visualization so I don't get scared. I'm like, I see myself really happy, receiving it, very, very happy.
yeah.
Visualization is very helpful. So
Oh, and let me just mention real quick about the RVs.
uh,
Get a project going. Don't feel like you have to, it's like, oh, I got to come up with a humanitarian project that's going to help with humanity. Oh God, what would I do? Let it come to you. Pray that it come to you and ask for some inspiration of a project that would be so exciting to you. You can't wait to get out of bed and go do it.
mhm.
Get involved in something that's super duper exciting and that just gives you goosebumps all over. What would that thing be? What do you really, really, really love? And it doesn't have to be humanity necessarily. It can be plants. It can be, pastures. It can be, preserving this or that, or animals, or a refuge, or, anything else. So just, pick something. I'm going to have a talk soon about this, about some humanitarian projects that
Mhm.
people are working on or that want to work on. And then we're going to talk about that kind of thing, but to give you some ideas. But so be on the lookout for that. But definitely follow your heart and do something you're excited about, because the
Something you
QFS
love.
system,
Yeah.
yeah, when you go into the center to go talk to these guys and present your idea, you're not going to be turned away. The only thing that you'd be turned away for is for being nefarious, and you're not nefarious. So you're not going to be turned away. If you're a good person and you have good intentions, your project will get a pass. There you go. And it's going to be worth this, so go ahead and go at it, go get it. So, yeah.
This is the time to do something you love. Some people say, "Oh, I wish I could do this instead of this crap I'm doing." You
Yeah.
know. So this is the
And
time
you
to find
also,
something you love and do it.
yeah, and you don't have to have a big specific plan either.
Mhm.
It is a one-time shot. It is a one-time shot at it. You get one time to go present yourself for 5 minutes. So make it really good. And if you have to write down a summary or whatever, try to get as detailed as you can, but also remember that the main objective is to produce jobs. Okay. We want people to have a lot of great jobs to choose from. And we're going to create that with our projects. So
Mhm.
think, when you're spelling it all out on your paper, think of how many jobs it could create and how, and think like that. You don't have to have the details. You don't have to have all the costs. You don't have to have all that stuff. Just a basic summary. Go in with a basic summary and an idea of what you'd like to do. So, okay.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Okay, so then on that note, moving from RV to silver, what is the status on silver? Is it really going to reach 600 in December and more later on, or are we going to have to wait? Everybody wants to know.
All right. Is silver going to go up to 600 an ounce? Yeah. Yeah. Let me get the cards.
Okay.
A Great Awakening card, the Judgment card, and Five of Pentacles upside down. Six of Swords, like go away from worry and lack. So let's see. Is it going to go to 600? They're saying to heal the worry. So there must be a direct correlation to, it's like there have to be more people excited about it becoming 600 than skeptical.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, listen to your intuition and go within. And it's
Wow.
just like, so maybe there's some kind of a consciousness to the silver. Isn't that interesting? It's like
Wow.
almost like the silver will be what you want it to be, or what you believe it to be, like a placebo. And then whoa, how's
Whoa.
that for confirmation? Oh my God. Oh yeah. And the
Visualization.
Queen of Pentacles.
Yes. Wow.
So there seems to be, let's see. So it's possible. So that, will that mean that some people, when they, it's really crazy, because when you go into the 5D, you will notice things that other people don't notice. So let's say you're one of those people who poo the RV and the silver, and it's like whatever.
Mm.
You're not even going to hear the news.
Mm-mm.
Guess what? It's up to $600 an ounce. You're not even going to get that news. You're not going to hear it. It's going to totally bypass you.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody who has a lot of hope that that's coming, or they're super excited and they're like, this silver is going to be worth $600. This is going to be incredible. And you're all excited about it. You're going to get the trumpet. You're going to hear it from your friends. You're going to get it through the network and everything. And it's like, is it, are the naysayers going to miss the boat on that? Are the naysayers going to miss the boat on the value of silver going up? Yes.
Mm.
That's so crazy. I just wonder, it makes me wonder if the news is going to shift or change too.
Mm.
Like, because it's like, well, you would think that'd be all over the news. Obviously, the nefarious people, the news as it is not going to be reporting good things like that.
Right.
So you'd have to be tapped into a network, which would mean that you believe in it. So I guess those of us that are tapped into networks that are positively focused, those are the ones who are going to be like, get down there and exchange your silver right now. Go to the RV center, call the 800 number,
Yeah. And the naysayers listen to those alternatives too, just in
Well,
case.
and I do want to ask real quick too, because it's been told that it's possible that they're going to want to gather up all the silver after a while too, and they're just going to like give us back our silver, So, and they're going to pay like an exorbitant amount of money to try to get all the silver back from all these people. So is this true? Is this going to happen as well? Yes, it is. So silver going to kind of grow exponentially. Yes. So it's going to become even more expensive or worth more than $600 an ounce. Yes. Far more, they said.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a good idea to get yourself some silver, guys.
Yeah.
Much as you
Definitely.
can.
As much as you can. Bars, coins, whatever.
Yeah. Now that's just, you guys listen to your own intuition and you have your own consciousness. So, if you're a skeptical person, I don't know. That's not gonna. I don't know how they would keep it from those people who are skeptical in a way, though. I don't know how that would happen, but there was an implication of that. That's weird.
That's what I
But
usually talk to people and tell them about silver. That's how I introduce
really,
when I want to wake people up and I see that they need it, like I'm called to do it, start talking about silver. Well, silver is about to go up. And then I start planting little seeds. But people
really
want to hear
good.
about silver. People want to hear about silver. So it's a good open topic. It's a good opener.
It looks like somehow the nefarious people are really trying to play with us when it comes to silver. I don't know what that would be. Like maybe they're trying to say, oh, it's not going to do anything. Oh, it's not going to this, get gold. Maybe they're trying to push gold or other metals or something.
They have for many
Because it
years.
says that they have been.
They have for many years, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
Okay, so
If
it
you
says
think
that
about it.
they're still working hard behind the scenes to try to enslave humanity, but there aren't as many of them as there are us if we're smart. And then also, I get things are being worked out to your benefit behind the scenes. Have faith. This is getting resolved because it is. So again, have faith. And then nothing will come of what you're fearing. You have nothing to worry about. Let it go and put your attention on what you want. We are the master manifestors right now. We are going into something we are so completely, totally unfamiliar with, and we just really need to rely on our intuition and just remember just how powerful we are as creators. Anything else you guys want to say about this, please? Oh, okay. Okay, so they're saying some of you aren't sure where to keep your silver or where to put your silver, and things are getting kind of scary in our world in terms of like some police officers have said that police officers are either dying of the V or they are leaving because they're being pressured or pushed to take it. And sometimes people aren't, they're burglarized and nobody gets to them for hours, you know? So it's like a lot of people feel vulnerable. It's like, having that silver on hand. It was talked about last night. So I think they're talking about like, don't put your security in silver either, though. Hold on to it, have it, keep it in the safe place you can think of, safest place you can think of, and let it go. Let it go and stay in that abundant mindset, and just know that God's got this, and that this is all going to go a positive way, no matter how scary things get. Don't start fearing for yourself. Don't start fearing any of the worst case scenarios that could happen for you, and that make you feel unsafe. Put your security in God and the present moment, and having a really good attitude, and use your visualization and any tool that you can to stay in that positive vibration. Because I think that some of the nefarious people have been putting out an energy of be afraid of what will happen to that if you get it. What will happen to you? You'll get burglarized. You'll have this happen. You'll have that. And it's like, no, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. No. So again, your faith should be in God and staying present in the moment, and not in those medals anyway. But it's a really great idea to have those medals. So
yeah, and you may be able to use them to purchase things in the future. So, that's one of the things that people were saying is like, oh, if you have a little bit of silver, you could use it if the system's down. You can use it to exchange, things like that. That's how people are like, you're not going to lose your money, because silver is not going to go down in value. It's only going to go up. So worst case scenario, you get your money back. That's like kind of a way of like easing the conversation into. It's a great one. Okay. Let's see. So this is really cool. Coinbase, which is an app to buy crypto, was showing a value in the millions for XRP. This was quickly corrected. But was this a mistake, or a way for the white hats to hint to buy XRP because the abundance is coming for all? I love this question. So what do you think?
Okay. I get a yes. When you said a hint, I got a yes. So let me just feel into it. I just asked, is it true that these guys did it as like a little wink? Yes, I get a yes. Is it true that we're coming into an abundant time and we need to get involved in crypto? Yes. XRP, those who invested in XRP, is it going to pay off a lot? Yep. Is it going to pay off clear into that? It's being hidden that that's a big pile of wealth. Yeah. It's being hidden that it's a big pile of wealth. But yeah, like fill into your intuition. Look at that. Brand new beginning, a fresh, new, clean slate, going to the next level, having communities all come together harmoniously, closing a chapter on that ugly stuff and going into an abundant time. Look at that, the world healing. The world healing. So yeah, those all happy families.
Yay.
Happy families, and this is a yes, and loving yourself and sharing that love with others. Oh, they're saying, let the burden down because there's abundance coming in miracles. So I think the burden, meaning those who've invested in XRP are all worried about the lawsuit, that they won't get their money back and all that stuff. But they just winked when I said that. They're like, lay the burden down, guys. You got to, no matter what is happening right now, no matter what you hear, believe the best, and just, stay in your own little bubble of, I believe and I have faith. Everything's going to turn out so beautifully and all is well.
Yeah. Amen.
And then they said that they're going to reward that energy.
Yeah. I can see why they would cause some trouble for XRP, because they don't want people to, want to go get it. That would, when I saw that lawsuit, I was like, oh, that's the bad guys, trying to put a little, don't go there, it's not good. But I understand that XRP is going to be used to transfer funds to other countries. So it's an important, coin.
Hey, you should be able to even exchange currencies or something with it. That's something I heard too.
Something like that. So
it'd be interesting. This world isn't even going to look the same going forward. It'll never, ever be the same. Our world will never be the same. It's just absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go to the Q phones. So when are the Q? So the Q phones are the phones that are going to come out to interact with the QFS.
Okay. Are
So,
the Q- or
so
are,
what
are
do
the
you
Q
think?
are the Q well, let's see. Are the Q phones coming out soon? When are the Q phones coming out? I feel like it's gonna be like a January thing. Like they want to announce it with the beginning of the year, like all this excitement about the beginning of the year. So yeah, they're ready to go. They're already ready to roll out. They're just holding back until all this other stuff has happened.
Ooh,
That they know is coming. Will there be a QFS? Will the QFS be built into these phones? Yeah, absolutely. Are there going to be like med beds in the phone? Med bed vibrations, healing vibrations in the phone? Yes, installed. They've been installed.
oh,
So the phone will have a consciousness to it? Yes. A benevolent, a good consciousness? Yes. Um, okay, what else do we want to ask about that, if anything?
I mean, it has to come together, because you need it to be able to interact with the QFS. So that's why. Oh, I wanted to know if Apple's involved in that.
I just got no, thank God.
Okay.
I don't trust Apple. I don't trust Apple at all. However, I mean, everything that we don't trust right now, we can't necessarily throw it out because I feel like they're even revamping Amazon and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these bad companies, can be turned around and whoa. I just randomly picked this up. This institution or system is being completely destroyed and will no longer exist because it's too heavily polluted or toxic energetically or otherwise. Its energy needs cleaning, but I think that it's also going to get, well, don't worry, the tables are turning and everything's working out. All that seems wrong or unjust will be made right. So
Interesting.
just hang tight while everything is worked out. But I really do feel like that Amazon and some other companies are going to be like revamped for the good.
Mhm.
So there are other timelines though where that goes really bad with the bad AI. Oh, that's why I got that a minute ago. Oh my gosh, this is amazing how spirit works. I just looked at a card and what did it say? Nefarious people are playing both sides, like lying and stuff like that. And then it said, but benevolent artificial intelligence are ensuring that everything's going to work out. So I think that what they were talking about is maybe the lies and the fear that they've talked about, the artificial intelligence, the bad artificial intelligence wreaking havoc and doing all this awful stuff, and robots coming to your door and just like like robots replacing people and all that stuff. I just got to know, like, that's not happening. Like, is so going forward. This is going to another thing I was not expecting to talk about, but there when we because it does feel like we're going to go into a lot more, we're going to be more technologically advanced, we're going to have hovercraft and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Are we going to have the negative artificial intelligence come in and take us over or something crazy like that? I feel like there will be little threats of it that have to be watched and monitored, but it feels like it gets squashed. So the robots and the artificial intelligence that's going to be coming into our world, that the timeline we're on, they're mostly going to be benevolent, right? Yes. Okay. Are there going to be any nefarious artificial intelligence? It's like they'll try. Some
Mhm.
of them will try. Okay, so but there are people that are going to be monitoring that. They said that only just in the very beginning, only just at the start, because there's been a belief built up about it. There's been a fear built up in our society about it, so it kind of fuels it a little bit. But again, we're mastering our vibration, and we are
Right.
creating the timeline we want. So it does feel like they do try a little bit, or they do kind of look sometimes a little bit like, and then it just gets squashed. Is that right? Okay. So let me just ask the cards too. Making deals and us being given back to. Um, lay down the burden. And yes, what
Mhm.
I said was right. Yeah. So balance out anything that you feel insecure about it. Balance that out within yourself. Go inside for wisdom, and it will heal. Um, yeah. There's just been, a lot of this energy of stuff that's supposedly coming. is being manifested in some timelines just because of everybody's belief in it. So we got to like forget the past and some of these things that we've been told through history are going to happen, like Armageddon and all that scary stuff. A lot of it was false stories being given to us to create this fear at this time.
Sure.
You know, like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. And it was like, it was never going to be like that. It was never going to be all catastrophic, but people's fear kind of fed that and it's created it for some. So, okay.
And some people need to see it go away. So you need to actually do like a little show for them saying, oh, it's already gone. Look, we took care of it.
Yeah, it was here for a minute, but look, it got,
Look, it's gone. Look.
That's such a, yes, I love that. I love that. Yeah. So,
Just like,
okay, sure.
Yeah, just like the UFOs can come here whenever they want to, but they're actually going to land and do a little show so that people that don't believe in UFOs see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't need to do that, but they're going to do it for us because we need it.
Yeah, well, kind of like the tribunals too have been, I feel like they've been going on for a while behind the scenes getting videotaped, but they're going to come out like it's fresh and new.
Right.
You know, like, oh, look at what we're doing to these guys, just so everybody feels, oh, thank goodness those guys are taken care of and there's no more Zuckerberg or Gates or any of those guys anymore. You know?
Yeah, right now they're doing supposedly the Bush one, the Bush Jr. And I'm like,
okay.
No, that happened like in 2017. What are you talking about? So yeah, whatever. Whatever, dude. Okay, let's move on. So the next one was solar flare. We covered that already. Yeah. So kids, let's go into this one. This is a little icky. So this guy, Phil Godlewski, apparently he gets on calls where he hears the status of a lot of financial stuff with the Treasury and other government contexts. So he says that I've never watched him. I just started watching him now so that I can get this information for us. So he started presenting a lot of details, like very, very detailed, very specific details about Gesara. And a lot of which we already know, but like, actually doing calculations, showing how it would be, like what part of your mortgage would be forgiven, what interest, what not, things that a person that is just doing a YouTube channel would not know. So very numerical, I would say, and very good video. So I put that on my Telegram and I can put it on your Telegram or wherever you want me to put it, because this is a good video to watch for people that want to know how this affects them. But my question is not related to Gesara. He actually alluded to the moon being plasma and Mars not existing or not being a planet, and he stopped himself and he didn't give the info. Anyway, so a lot of truthers, not just him, are alluding to ETs existing, us existing, but planets not existing or not being what we think, or maybe not being here in this dimension. So I want to know, because there's people like Elena Danan, Megan Rose, Dr. Salat, who say, oh, we've been to Jupiter, we've been to the moon, we've been to this. So which one is it? So is it in another dimension? Is it real? Is it not real? What do you think? It's a big one.
Well, when you were saying something in there, I saw spaceships. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, he said the moon is plasma?
Yeah.
Is it true that the moon is plasma? Yes.
Wow.
What is plasma? It's basically
it's like a gooey
yeah, that's what I thought. It's kind of like it can morph and change and do all that kind of.
Sure.
Is the moon plasma? Well, I've heard that the moon, isn't it the moon or Mars? I think it's the moon that supposedly some kind of like a place that spaceships can go in and out of, right? Or like some people are even imprisoned there. I would say, let's see, is the word plasma not, I don't know if the word plasma would be like the right word to use. Is the moon... Does the moon, well, the moon would have a consciousness, yes. Is the moon being used for spacecraft coming and going and things like that? Yes. Is it somewhere that people can go and be kept? Yes. Is it a physical thing? No. It feels like we're getting into one of these things that we're not real knowledgeable about, but kind of like spaceships can disappear, reappear. I don't know if that was
like a portal.
Yeah, I don't know if a spaceship would be called a plasma either, because it's like, seems like a physical thing right here, and then boom, it's gone. And then
Could
boom, it's
plasma
there.
be on, plasma be on in front of the projector of the moon
Exactly.
to make it
Something like
look
that.
like that? Yeah, maybe that's what he
Yeah.
meant. I'm
And
very
they
perplexed by
and
this.
a lot of spaceships are actually hidden by clouds. The clouds could be plasma. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's so weird. But I do feel like it's not what we know it to be.
Right,
Now, what
sure.
about the planet? And they, when I went to ask, do planets exist? I kind of got that I was asking the wrong question.
Mhm.
So,
Here.
does yeah, right? It's like, gosh,
Do they
do
exist
you
here?
are there planets like we think they are out in the solar system? Like some. Are there really planets? I'm kind of getting a no. And I get the word spaceship again, spaceships. They could be projected from spaceships, or they could be spaceships. Oh, they just showed me the Truman Show.
Mm.
Almost like it's a backdrop. And I know that we got two suns going on sometimes. It's like,
That's
what
what
the
I
hell?
think that's what he meant. That's very weird.
Yeah, so it's
So,
like, or some people are saying there's a moon and a sun at the same time. Like, what? So I think that part of this is them doing that same thing of like, the world isn't what we think it is, guys. Start opening your mind. Sometimes there's a sun, and then there's two suns, and
this
then
is
the sun is
crazy.
blue, and then it's yellow, and then it's white, and then it's like, what's going on out here? I remember when I realized the sun used to be and feel a totally different way when I was younger as a kid. And then I got older, and sometimes the sun seems like it's like it hurts you. It's like,
Yeah.
ugh. And it's huge. It seems to take up the whole sky practically. So I think that the whole thing, and they're saying yes, is just a way that like the white hats are trying to like soft disclosure that things are not as we think they are. And even these people who think that they went to Jupiter and stuff, they could have very well put them in the consciousness of Jupiter, of what it's like when we believe in something, there's a consciousness to it. So it's just like Santa Claus. Santa Claus doesn't exist as we think he does in the fairy tales, but there's a Santa Claus consciousness, and you could go talk to Santa Claus. And did you really talk to the real physical Santa Claus? So I think I don't want to, put down their experiences of having been to Jupiter, but I just feel like it's not what a lot of things are, just not what we know it to be, or what we think it is, or what we've been taught in school.
Could it be another dimension in another dimension?
Yes,
Because they
it
fall
could
asleep.
be.
They fall asleep when they're when they take off. The guy, one of the whistleblowers from the army said, you pass out when you take off. And when you wake up, you're already there.
Yes, something like that. Yeah, like, and it just makes me think of also the dream that I had where I was at a party and I went to get some dip, and I went into the pantry, and when I opened the door to the pantry to go get the refried beans or whatever it was, I opened the door and all of a sudden I was in a meadow, and I turned back around to go back into the party, and it was gone. Everything was
Oh
gone.
no,
And I know I
you
was
got
like in a
lost.
meadow going, now where do I go? Like, I better find
Oh
some
no, you
people.
got lost.
And I was like, this must be the new earth. And I mean, it was really beautiful, really beautiful.
Yeah.
But
We
yeah, I
need
was
to look into
gone.
that. We need to look into this a little bit more. I don't know how. I'll figure it out. I'll get more
Yeah,
info.
I mean, there's also yeah, I just remember one experience that I had, was I had an Osho guru. She was a really, really wise, incredible woman. She placed her thumb on my third eye one time, and I went into an altered state, and I was whipping down some kind of blue. It was like a blue tunnel, like kind of like a blue tube.
Okay.
I was flying down this blue tube, and I was kind of doing this type of action. And every once in a while, and it was just like winding around and winding around and winding around. And it was so fast. It felt like it was whipping my face back, and my hair was flying back. And I was like, oh, and I was just kind of like holding on. I was like, it was like the craziest roller coaster going
Wow.
down some kind of blue tube thing. And then I got really, really cold. So it was like, it kind of goes along with the theory of the Earth's atmosphere as you go out into space is like freezing cold. But so is that. What is the blue thing that's around the Earth? Supposedly, there's a blue thing that gives us
the
the color of
veil,
the blue sky.
the
Starts with a
veil.
P or something.
Uh,
Anyway, and so if you're going through that and it's supposed to be like really, really cold, like ice cold. So I was going through that for a minute and I was going really fast. And when I started shaking and shivering and trembling from the cold, I still wanted to go through it. I didn't want to come out of it, but she and her assistants, she was like, bring her out, bring her out,
mhm.
So I don't know what was up with that, but there's something to filament,
Oh, film.
the filament of
Okay.
the earth. If you guys look into that, it's freezing cold, it's
Yeah.
ice.
Hmm.
So there's just so much more than we know. And even with the earth, there is land that we have not even discovered. The earth is so much bigger than we even know. And they've only told us certain places on the earth,
Right.
certain countries and stuff. But there are probably many, 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 many. They just said like almost 100 more countries. There are many more
Oh,
lands
now
that
that you
we that
mentioned
aren't
that,
that
yeah.
aren't on the globe.
Now that you mentioned that, so a long time ago when we started all this stuff, I was listening to a lady in a Spanish lady in Spanish from Spain, and they said that 202 countries signed up for QFS, but we only have 169 listed.
Whoa, that goes along with what I said.
Exactly.
Wow,
That's why I'm mentioning it. And I was like, who what
that's interesting.
so it's like some of the Chinese elders have their own countries that we don't know about, and like
Right.
islands that are countries, things like that. Really interesting. I thought that was very, very interesting. And I don't have that
Yeah.
list, unfortunately. Okay, let's change gears. So we have two more questions and we're done. Mr. T's inauguration. So this is just me just feeling this out. In Nancy Drew's YouTube channel, she showed the evidence of a party on 12/11 where Mr. B was not in attendance according to his agenda. And there was tons of Secret Service all over the
Wait,
place.
did you say Mr. T was not there?
Mr. B,
Okay.
yeah, according to his agenda, he was in his basement taking a nap, sleeping. But this was like a really big party. I saw there was a huge screen. They had singers and all kinds of, and was not on TV. This was not on the news. So this is like a big event. So like we don't know what happens in Washington D.C. ever. So unless we have Nancy or the other guy, there's two guys on that channel that are giving us like little small videos of what's going on in DC. It's really cool. So she said, I think this is a party kickoff or an inauguration of Mr. T's new presidency.
Okay. All right. I get a no, but what jumped in my head as you were talking about it was Nasara.
Okay. Yeah.
So it felt like something they were celebrating something having to do with Nasara.
Okay.
Now, let me just ask though, because I didn't let me see. Was that perhaps an inauguration for Mr. T? It's it won't be an inauguration. The real inauguration will happen public. It's not there's not even going to be an inauguration. I just feel like things are being switched over because Mr. T has always been in charge
Yeah.
of in the background anyway. So it's like they wouldn't be celebrating that because he's already been in charge. But I
Mhm.
feel like oh, they just said windfall. Some kind of windfall happened. Somebody moved out of the way. You know what it was? It was the arresting of those people in Antarctica. It's those
Oh,
people being totally taken out of the way and out of the
okay.
equation so that Nasara can move forward.
Right.
Yes, at a rapid rate, they just said. Can you tell me if
Wow.
this is true? Yeah, giving back to the people,
Yeah.
having a passionate, new, inspiring start. Mr. T,
Yay.
healing for everyone.
Awesome.
And yeah, wow, the devil getting balanced out.
Okay. Wow.
The flip happening and the
Yeah.
devil getting balanced out. and planning on what to do with it, and a yes to what I just said, and healing and celebration. They just said it's it's great Christmas for everyone. Now, okay, so there was something that I read, somebody trying to put fear out there about the RVs, saying, the US is not going to be included in this whole rollout, the Gesara thing, that no, it's not gonna happen for the US because Mr. B did this, that, and the other thing, and he's not cooperating. You guys obviously don't want to wake up. You guys are letting him get away with this, and the whole, E was false and all that kind of stuff. And it was basically saying they're going to move on with Gesara without the US. And I just got to know.
No.
So I feel like that was put out by the nefarious people to try to bring down our vibration, of course. But also I feel like the opposite had happened. Yes, they just said yes, that's what they celebrated, is the opposite happening.
Right.
So, in our world, there is everything's like everything right is wrong and everything right or wrong is right. It's all flip-flopped. So everything that's being announced over here that's incredible is also, there's going to be an announcement over here that the opposite happened, So I feel like it was a celebration party about basically the earth about to be going through a major celebration.
Wow.
For Christmas.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're holding back from telling us yet.
Yeah, it's this month. That's it. It's this month.
And it's going to be shocking, and it's going to go forward very quickly.
Yep. January is a new world.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
How amazing.
You think that Alice in Wonderland would have been a marker for us to know that that's the way it is, upside down.
Yeah, right.
Everything was upside down on that movie. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you. I didn't think it was an inauguration because he already has, he's always been here. Like, that's just weird. But it was so much security that she couldn't even get near to show the video. And that's why she thought that.
Maybe they were swimming in coins. And maybe they're naked in these bathtubs swimming in coins. And they didn't want anyone to see.
That's interesting. It was outside, and they had a big like plasma TV where they were showing the singers and everything. So I was like, why can't you see? You could use a drone to see what's going on there. Anyway.
Oh, you know what? I just felt that there were actually some celebrities who have been helping the White Hats where they're celebrating too. So if you find out that a certain celebrity went to that event, they're good guys.
Right. Yeah.
They were helping. And look at this.
Yeah, anyway.
This did or will require great courage, bravery, determination, and persistence. Someone pushing through their fear for a good cause. Wow. See, that also alludes to those celebrities who were just like, all right, I'm going to help. Wow. And then in a few days, something is going to begin a 2 or 3 year cycle toward abundance.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh,
they just kind of said something about I think they're going to make up something about Mr. B. They're going to make up something about Mr. B, like why he can't be in office anymore or something.
Yeah. That's an interesting transition that I still haven't figured out how it's going to happen, but.
Oh, and they're also telling everybody, any financial concerns you have, fear not. You're coming into a very prosperous future, even if there are some bumps along the way. Just hang tight and don't worry, abundance lies ahead.
Awesome.
Okay.
So dying to quit my job.
Yay.
Oh, man. Okay. Med beds.
Okay.
There are there's 3 different, well, there's many, but there's 3 different companies that I want to look at that I'd like you to feel out. Okay. So there's this one company, and the guy looks like a sweetheart. It's called antiagingbed.com. Now he's got tons of stuff. He's got, drops of like, how we can take like our zeolite and all those in drops. He's got tons of drops. He calls them sauce. He's got grounding mats. But he's also got beds, and he calls them med beds.
Okay.
There's another one called 5G.
These types of beds.
Yeah, like a regular bed. There's a cover. There's sheets. He's got everything, and it has silver in it. So interesting,
Yeah.
right? That they use silver for that.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So he's got canopies. So for like psychic attack, like canopies on top of your bed.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I really like his website, but I just bought like, I think I bought a mask or something. I don't know. I don't remember what I got. It's very expensive. 5G Resotone Shield is the next one. She claims that she has angelical technology in this small USB that you plug into the wall or, wherever you have a USB plug. And it's like, it works like a med bed. So it gives you a shield, and you're going to be, if you're sick, you're going to heal. If you are being attacked, you're going to be protected and all this stuff. She's got tons of products on her website. She's, I think, Russian, somewhere in Europe. Maybe she's Dutch. I can't tell with the accents. She's been on Spiritually Raw twice, and the Spiritually Raw team has given a lot of feedback, but they said they had it for 6 months. Why would you have a product for 6 months and not mention it? That was very weird. Then they did a second video, which I have not seen. I went to her website and I checked it out. It's like $500. I don't know. So I wanted you to check out that. And then the next one was medbed.com, which I actually am not very familiar with, but you are, so maybe you can talk to. So why don't you take a look at all that stuff?
Okay. So, oh, yeah. Let me start with the first one. Okay. I feel like these people who are charging a bunch, I don't think in the future, I think that it's going to be free.
Yeah.
So I'm not, or we can, is it okay? What's going to happen with these types of companies? Yeah, they're going to give them voluntarily to people in the future. So there's other kind of med beds that are more like sci-fi, that like an MRI machine, almost like it's
Yep.
like something you lay in and it has a thing that covers you, just like in sci-fi movies, when they want to repair or like bring somebody's limb back or something. So those aren't what we're talking about with this.
No.
But so I feel like the government has more access to like the ET Tesla technology, the really high advanced stuff from the ETs. I think that's going to be made available to us for free. So if you can just wait, try to wait for that. But I do feel like the first guy's stuff is very beneficial, but it is too expensive. People shouldn't have to pay that much money, to be healed right now. But if you've got the money and you feel comfortable spending it, then I feel like it does have a lot of benefit. Is it like ET technology though? I don't think so.
No.
Is
No.
it Tesla technology? Yes.
Mhm.
So, which I don't know what the difference is because I think ETs are involved with Tesla technology, but it somehow isn't. It's completely man-made. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But it is very beneficial. So I think
Mhm.
that'll be a good thing. Okay, the second thing with the USB, I just got to know immediately. I mean,
Mm.
immediately. I didn't even like ask anything. So let me just see.
Wow.
Is this is it beneficial for people? Is it beneficial? It can be. It's it sounds like it has some quirks, like if you lay on your back and don't move a muscle, it'll work. Or if you are only on your side for 20 minutes and then you switch to your backside and then you go back for 20, it's like it's almost like it has some glitches. Yes, they
Okay.
just said it has glitches. So would it be is it it really like, okay, the first one has like out of 1 to 10 I'd rate it at like a good 8. The
Yeah.
second one's like a
Agreed.
5 or 6. So okay, so the medbed.com, I read through that and it looked really cool, and it's more like that sci-fi looking one.
Mhm.
But they're also very expensive.
Yeah.
And I heard from somebody that they are asking people to be involved in like a trial, but you have to pay like a couple $1,000s just to be involved in the trial too. It's just like, why? I think there are just some people trying to benefit from this time and these rumors about the med beds and trying to profit off of it right now,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
kind of sad. Are the med beds made by the extraterrestrials going to be made available to us for free in the future? Yes. They're like, definitely
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And will they be all over the place? Yes. And when are those going to come out? I feel like it's going to be different per country or location. But let's see, what's on it? Everybody in the whole world, when is everyone in the whole world going to have med beds available to them, please? 2023, but I feel like there are quite a few people who will have them by the August of 2022. So next year.
Yeah.
We could have them in clinics and things like that.
Yeah.
But there'll be more and more and more as the years go by, and they will be very, very affordable. So,
and do you think they'll be like in healing centers, or do you think everybody's going to have, I don't think everybody's going to have a med bed.
are people going to own their med beds, or are they going to go into clinics? They're going to own med beds.
Wow.
So, they did say though that they're trying to create jobs for technicians to operate the med beds. So I think what they'll probably do is they'll probably do them through clinics for a while, like they said, transition years, like for like a few years of transition. And then if you want to purchase kind of a mini version of the med bed that's more simplistic, that's something that you could have in your home. And they're calling it a pod. They said a pod.
Okay.
So you can have a pod in your home. Yeah.
Like a pyramid or something. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen many versions of that on the internet, of people that have something that, their guide told them to build or whatever. And I don't know if they're using them, but I've seen like pyramids with a chair in the middle. I've seen different styles, but I know that the anti-aging guy is a really good dude, and he knows his electronics, because he's using the gold and the silver to help you heal your body, which we know are healing. But the 5G, she said you could charge it and put it in your pocket and go outside, and you're going to be protected. And I was like, whoa, like this. And she's got a lot of other products. She's got pyramids. She's got all kinds of stuff. So I just wanted to get your feel on that.
That's the number 2 person.
Yeah.
So is it true that when you go outside with is it a phone? You plug it in and go outside with.
So you charge it in the USB charger, or you can use it while you're sleeping, but you can also put it in your pocket and go outside, just like you take a shungite or
okay, and you're protected somehow.
And you're protected, yeah. That's
okay. Is it true? Is it true that protects you when you go out and about for the day? Will it protect you when you're going out and about? I get a bleh, bleh.
Okay.
Good. I don't think so. If you have a lot of belief in it, will it work? Yeah. I mean, just like with everything being a placebo.
Yeah.
If you really have a lot of faith in it, I feel like it could work. But by itself, does it do much? It's kind of like, I don't know what I can't think of an example, but it would be your faith. It would be your faith and your intention more than it would be the device or whatever. Is what I'm feeling.
Okay, good to know, because that's a very expensive product to buy.
But you guys can always try it out and see for yourselves, or
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's $500. So, I was more willing to get something smaller. Like she has like little chains with like a little metal charm. The anti-aging bed guy has sauces, and I take them all. And I noticed now when I went through them that there's colloidal silver in there. There's C60. There's zeolite. So he's got a lot of interesting, like I don't take pills. So this is a really good way for me to consume these natural remedies and these natural minerals. So check them out. They're really cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And we're done.
I'm being taken over by the light.
Well, the sun is blessing you today. The spotlight is on you. Awesome. Well,
it's like an eye. What is that? It's like a lowercase I.
Yeah, it is. Oh, you're right.
Does that mean anything to anybody?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That is very cool.
Okay, so did we cover everything you meant to cover today? All right. Thank you so much for putting that together for us. That's awesome.
Yay.
And thank you everybody for being here. And we appreciate you a lot. And we do watch listen to your comments. Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to mention also, if any of you guys are having any kind of hardship and just going through a really hard time, you've lost your job, you've lost your home, you're just completely devastated or traumatized at this time, just going through something really, really rough. I have actually created a service for $7.77 to request a miracle or request some aid from the angels. So
Wow.
just go to amysatori.com/services.
Mhm.
And on your behalf, I will make a request to the angels to help you in your situation. So go ahead and, check that out if you want. So, and then be on the lookout for this humanitarian project thing that's video that's going to come out, kind of a round table, because that's going to be very inspiring.
Yeah.
And I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much. And we'll talk to you next time. We're going to do these videos like every couple of weeks or so you can look forward to them. All right. Bye.